iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them four abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of Outlaws.
Everything's on the line here. Green flag at Charlotte, and Howard immediately falls back into P number 3. Still working the top side. Bergeron down on the bottom as they work down the back straightaway in towards 1 and 2. And Leonardi has a buffer to his championship rival.
And Alex Bergeron, he was at one point in this championship battle. A bad couple of rounds sort of cycled him right on back, and you know what? He managed to get in a massive jump on that heat. That led him to winning it, and now he is absolutely rolling ahead of Howard Weaver. For Howard Weaver, you know what? I'm going to say it is one of those situations where you just kind of buckle in and you let yourself just let the laps tick down. Let the laps tick down. You got some massive fighting back in between 6th position and 5th position, as I believe it's all on me now. No pressure at all. It's more pressure, I'd have to say, than Leonardi and Weaver. Clearly, no. It's one of those situations, honestly, for Zach Leonardi, this might just be. He's got about a 2-car gap over Alex Bergeron, and Bergeron is getting pressured immensely as he hits the outside wall. Howard Weaver managed to take a good, nasty bite out of the side of Drew Hirschko. The cars look okay, as he is now dropping back 4, 5, 6 positions. Perhaps the patient game isn't working out in Howard Weaver's favor, because now this championship is going to be, if we have one of those little scales that could tip back and forth, it goes to Zach Leonardi, who's running that outside line right now. You can see how much these cars are bumping down corner number 3 and 4 and bumping in corners 1 and 2 as Howard Weaver throws a whale to the inside of Austin Semmelman. Semmelman taking it 3 wide for only a moment's time before taking the nose away from Howard Weaver. There goes Drew Hirschko. He's comfortably on the outside line. If you're Howard Weaver, what do you do here? Do you get aggressive? Do you start fighting with people? You're in the pack. And the pack is not where you want to be. Anything can happen. The pack just went 4 wide for a few moments' time as looked to me like Austin Carr, that number 1 machine, the white car with the blue, that is fighting against the red and white car of Matt McKinney, almost took out that Matt McKinney coming up, climbing to the inside wall. As Randy, we have got 9 laps in already. And I got to say, for Zach Leonardi, he has got a 6-car gap. It's the tale of 2 stories here. Howard Weaver's almost 3 wide. Zach Leonardi is sailing away.
This is a nightmare situation for Howard Weaver to be starting up near the front of the field, at least have a chance to fight with Zach. Now he's fallen outside of the top 5. He needs to hope for some sort of miracle, and he needs caution, Cam, and he needs to be aggressive when he gets them, because he does not look like he has the pace right now to work himself back forward. He's just trapped right here with the 115 of John Fiddler and Matt McKinney. I mean, like the Selman and Hirschko, they're driving away from the 07.
And it looks to me like Howard Weaver's car is okay. He did get a big, hefty shot from Drew Hirschko, and Drew Hirschko's side is caved in a little. Maybe it did hit him right where that wheel is. Maybe he's fighting it. I don't know. But it looks to me like he's getting swallowed up by the field, which is odd because he qualified 2nd and he ran very strong in his heat race. Maybe he is carrying just a smidge of damage on that 07 machine.
Definitely seems like it. We know that that's a recent update with these cars. The fact that a little bit of damage to the outside, at least on the quarter panel, that will hurt your speed a little bit. But if you take a big shot to the rear, the 26 of Hirschko actually found the outside wall going down the back straightaway, you will lose a big chunk of time. So maybe that's what's happened to the 07 of Howard Weaver as we're working lap number 15 of 50 on tonight. The 26 of Hirschko has his hands full with the 18 of Austin Selman.
1 car around. It's Adam Elby, and did these guys they managed to get themselves straightened out? I was going to say James Edens took a hefty bite out of the rear of Adam Elby after they both hit the outside wall. Justin Thomas also hit the outside wall, Randy, and you know what? We're still green.
We're still green, so keeping it as great as we can. Green racing has been the norm in this championship, and Zach Leonardi is out to a 0.8 of a second lead over Alex Bergeron. Virgil Graham is keeping Alex very honest into that 12 car as they work through corners number 2 and 3. Drew Hirschko and Austin Selman, they continue to fight side by side as Howard Weaver is still trying to work his way forward, but he just does not have the pace that he had early on in the night, Cam. We saw him qualify well, we saw him win a heat race, and he's just struggling so much trying to reel in his teammate at that 18 out in front of him.
Yeah, something has to be going on with that machine. I mean, you can't, I will have to say, certainly pressure isn't getting to him, I have to say. So, unfortunate there. He's just going to have to count on a caution, but when he can have a 3-car incident that can straighten themselves out as they're almost going 4 wide again in the back of the pack, so we might have that as Matt McKinney's going 3 wide, almost a squeeze to Casey Kerwin there for position number 10, but with racing like that in the back of the pack, anything can happen at this point. But I will also say, if they stay green, those cars that manage to get themselves spun around, Justin Thomas, Adam Melby, Tyler Ducarme, they're going to find themselves lap traffic.
Yeah, definitely going to be one of the things that we need to look out for with a 50-lap event. Justin Thomas will be the first car doing 1 lap down for Zach Leonardi. Then you have the likes of Adam Melby, Tyler Ducarme, and Josh Phillips.
Yeah, and for Josh Phillips, I mean, he's been looking to have a good day at pretty much any point. But you know what? He's been making the final races, and he wants to see what he can do. As Josh Phillips, he's moved up from the 20th position up to 17th, but he's managed to get himself some pretty significant outside damage. And I gotta say, for Howard Weaver, as Jacob Fields pounds the outside wall there, Casey Kerwin going nose to nose with Randall Carter, the 37 machine on as Randall Carter's running that inside, almost muscles him out. I gotta say, for Howard Weaver, he's caught Austin Carr. Actually, the other way around. Austin Carr has pushed him, or has pushed past. So Howard Weaver's back in the 7th position. I gotta say, I mean, to have one car, you know, the number 26 machine, Drew Hirschko, come to the inside and take a nap out of your car, and then you lose that speed. It was a pretty big hit, but at the same time, it seemed so little, as right now, it is Zach Leonardi with a 1.4-second gap after 6 minutes and 30 seconds of racing here. He's on the outside of Justin Thomas as we now enter the realm of lap traffic. I have to say, if you're trying to encounter lap traffic, you're trying to run lap traffic, anything can happen here. I have seen multiple times. I was up at Super Dirt Week up at Oswego, actually sitting right next to Alex Bergeron of all things, watching these races. 3 feature races ended up coming down to a last lap pass courtesy of lap traffic. Can we see that happen here? Well, 1.8-second gap. He's almost getting 2/10 per lap. I do not think so. So it's Leonardi, Bergeron, Graham, Hirschko, Sebelman, Carr, Weaver, Fiddler, Rounds, McKinney is your top 10. But, well, we'll have to see here. Matt McKinney ends up throwing a massive slider there. I had to hold my breath. And actually, one car almost going around. Randall Carter does straighten it out. It doesn't seem these guys are throwing elbows. And these guys, they could throw a caution out if they tried. And trust me, they have. As Matt McKinney is coming along here, as he was trying to run that as high outside line. Now he runs that high inside line. As it looks to me, Jacob Fields, most of these cars are starting to tap that outside wall, which is going to start giving these cars damage. Zach Brown's running that inside line here now on Casey Kerwin. So there is slide jobs a coming, as that can certainly mean a caution or a race-ending incident anytime soon. As Zach Leonardi, he is running that significant outside line. He's comfortable, 2.6 seconds. Alex Bergeron trying to get around Adam Melby. He's trying to catch Adam Melby, and that is not helping here, as here comes position number 3, Virgil Graham, 20 laps. It's 18 to go, and the rest of the 2018 season here on the iRacing Esports Network, Raceback TV, Dirt Vision, of course. Thanks for having us as always, as Virgil Graham is trying to hum on to the inside line here, as Alex Bergeron trying to run the outside line. It seems to me that Bergeron just gets a better exit off of corner number 3 and 4 than Virgil Graham. Might just be how his line is going. As Leonardi has now cleared Josh Phillips. He now has Tyler Ducarme ahead of him, and he doesn't seem to be slowing down at all because of this lap traffic. So Virgil Graham running the outside line, following Alex Bergeron here as we close out lap number 35.
Coming up here on a 15 laps to go, as Cam and I do the commentator equivalent of the sidewalk shuffle. Bergeron still fighting for the second spot here with Virgil Graham, but Real big talking point, Cam, is that for the 07 of Howard Weaver, this is pretty much hopes and dreams done and over with. You're coming up towards 10 laps to go. This deep in the pack, Zach Leonardi having 3 seconds to work with. Now you're in a situation with Zach. He doesn't even have to push himself going through traffic. He has a 3-second buffer over Alex. He just cruised his way through. He's not feeling any pressure out front, and that means you're unlikely to see a mistake coming from that number 24.
I will make one point, and it is going to be cryptic. We can play with the fuel numbers here again. Could potentially somebody not fill? Because let me tell you, there probably should have been 2 or 3 cautions at this point. There have been none so far. We've only got 12 laps, 11 laps now left in the season. Could potentially some of these cars start running out of gas?
It is definitely something to think about. We know that that's typically a problem you'll see in the sprint cars because those cars are so light. People will often underfill them to try to get some help with some of the yellows, but here in the late models, that's not typically been an issue because, you know, I'm trying to think, we've had a few of these races this season, Cam, in the late models, as we hit the 10 lap to go mark, go caution free, and I don't recall that ever really being a problem amongst any of the front runners.
The only time I can remember, I think somebody stalled it out under yellow, and like 1 corner to go, but it wasn't any that big deal. Anyways, we saw on the TVs Virgil Graham getting by Alex Bergeron, which is surprising to me. I thought, you know, Bergeron would only get faster, but as it turns out, Graham's only getting faster. But it's not very helpful when you have 3 going on 4 lapped cars between you and the leader. Meanwhile, the rest of the fighting field, John Fiddler and Austin Carr seems to be just about it, fighting for position number 6.
Fights up and down the field still as we approach the end of this championship. Austin Carr, John Fiddler, they're still duking it out for P6 and P7, but still the fight for second is close.
And it is, as the fist fight continues elsewhere. But I will say, I don't think Bergeron has the speed. For Virgil Graham, he's got some 3-4 car lengths just after 2 laps here. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's 5 laps left in this championship, and you know what? We have the spreadsheets out. We've got the Google calculatorons and all that stuff. I don't think we're going to need any of that because Zach Leonardi has gotten around James Edens, and you know what? That's, I can tell you right now it's not good for Howard Weaver because James Edens is in 15th position and Zach Leonardi just put him a lap down. That is how fast and consistent that number 24 machine has been. You've got just 3 laps left in the season right now. Virgil Graham has a controlling gap over Alex Bergeron for 3rd as Josh Phillips and Drew Hirschko continuing their fight. Drew Hirschko, the kind of the noticeable highlight of this race early on. Tried to take the inside line away from Howard Weaver. Was there contact? Yes. Was there damage? Well, that's kind of the thing that they'll be talking about for a long time because Howard Weaver, ever since that point, has been dropping back. He is now fighting for position at number 8 as we have got just 2 laps to go. 2 times around the 410th mile here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the World of Outlaws Craftsman Super Late Model Series, the white and light blue. The man's face is on the front. The number 24 machine, one more time around. Ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural Super Late Model champion is one Mr. Zach Leonardi. How about that? Virgil Graham does come home in the 2nd position. Alex Bergeron comes home in 3rd. Drew Hirschko 4th. Austin Semmelman will comfortably come home in 5th position. Austin Carr in 6th. Then you've got Fiddler, and there is Howard Weaver.